Very good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Dan, you've got to be delighted. Listen, Brighton was fantastic, but to go to your hometown, club that you supported as a boy, and the season you're having now and the way you're playing, you've got to pinch yourself. It's brilliant.
Yeah, especially after Tuesday, I still think I'm dreaming. So it hasn't even been a year yet, but it couldn't have went a lot better. So hopefully it continues.
And the atmosphere, Dan, must be amazing at the moment, St James's Park, because they've always been passionate fans. We know that, and with the takeover now, and they've got a team now playing so well under Eddie. It must be a dream to play at St James's Park with the atmosphere at the moment.
Yeah, I think the lads really look forward to the home games. The place is bouncing. I think it gives us sort of that extra little bit that we need, especially the way that we play with the press and stuff. I think the crowd really help with that. It's just nice that we're sort of giving something back to them after quite a lot of time where they've not had a lot of shout about.
And Dan, it's not just at St James's, away from home. I always put Newcastle at Celtic and Rangers. Even away from home, they just turn up in their thousands, never stop singing.
Yeah, especially lately as well. I think Arsenal, there was all the train strikes and they got down there, sort of Southampton's on Tuesday night and stuff. We've always been followed really well, but as I say, I think that probably, in my opinion, we've got the best fans in the country. So.
Yeah, and you look at the moment. Was there targets at the start of the season when you sit down, Dan? Because at the moment you're in a great position. You'll be thinking top 4 Champions League football next season. Is it just take one game at a time, or is there a plan going forward?
Yeah, I think it's very cliche to say take one game at a time. I think at the start of the season we didn't really sort of set out any targets where we wanted to sort of finish. We just wanted to keep progressing, but obviously it's went really well this season, and now that we're sort of in and around those Champions League and sort of European spots, going into sort of the second half of the season, that's got to be a goal. So.
Well, Dan, look, semi-finals, third in the league, your first goal. Ray Parlour alongside me drives a 911 Porsche. I believe you've got a smart card. You're 6'6". Have you got the sunroof open all the time, or what? How'd you get it?
I've actually given that back now. That was Paul Dummett's. So I lost my car key, and then I needed to get round. So I knew Dummy had a smart car, so I asked to borrow it for a little bit. But when I had to give it back because I found my car key, my little girl was good because she loved going around in it, so I think we're going to have to buy one.
And Dan, I've got to ask you about, because I've been out in Newcastle. When I played for Middlesbrough, we went up there. We used to have our Christmas parties in Newcastle. It's always lively, great night out. Now you must go out and you must be asked to do this dance everywhere you go. Is this right? Surely.
I haven't been out yet, I hope.
Oh, wait, you've been out yet? Oh, well, you didn't go out and celebrate after the game?
No, we've got another game Sunday, haven't we? So I'll be professional. But I think it's something I'll probably, when I finish playing, I'm just going to do club visits and then just do a dance for a bit to get a bit of money.
What about, did Dad miss the goal, did I read, Dan?
Sorry, say again?
Did your dad miss the goal? Did I read that somewhere?
Yeah, he was in Spain. So he's over in Spain for a few days, a holiday that he booked and stuff. So yeah, when I spoke to him after, I could tell he was a little bit good and stuff, but I kept my shirt, so hopefully that'll soften the blow a little bit.
Dan, I've got to ask you, now you're in third place at the moment, what would mean more? To win the Carabao Cup and win a trophy for Newcastle, which hasn't been done for many, many years, or finish in the top 4?
Oh, putting us under pressure. I think for me personally, for the amount of time that we haven't won anything to bring sort of silverware to the club would be sort of huge. I think we said at the start of the season, we've made a really big push to say that we want to win something. So if we could do that, would be amazing.
Just on last night, Dan, I know you got to be careful what you say, but we're feeling for Graham Potter at the moment. Nothing seems to be going right for him. They get back in at 1-1, and then Zhao gets sent off, and you think, oh dear, and they end up losing the game. But Graham, he looks. Nothing seems to faze him. He's cool, calm, collective on the bench. You're obviously hoping, but can he turn that around at Chelsea?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he said in sort of his press conference, I think there's been a lot of change at Chelsea over this last year, change of ownership. I think probably right the way through the club has been a lot of change, and it takes a while, especially for a club that's used to sort of winning trophies constantly. I do feel for him at the minute. I think he's sort of everything seems to be against him, but as he said, he never really gets sort of too high or too low. And I've all the confidence in him that you'll manage to turn it around.
Dan, I've got to ask you about this dance. Did you see it somewhere, or where did you get this dance from? And what music would you play with it?
It was, I think it was, it's meant to be off one of the Fortnite dances. So when that first came out, probably about 5 or 6 years ago now, everyone was doing them. So I remember the last goal I scored for Wigan, I did one of them, and then I didn't score for 2 years. So I hope I haven't jinxed myself again. But after the game, I didn't realise that the gaffer was expecting us to speak.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah.
But I heard the lads say dance, so I thought I'll throw a dance in. So.
And Dan, I know there's a lot of games coming up, but
he's getting ready for his next dance.
Are you dreaming of a Wembley dance? The winner at Wembley?
Yeah, definitely. If we get to Wembley and win it, I'll be doing all sorts of dances, so I don't mind that.
By the way, can you imagine your phone and all the punters up there wanting tickets? Any chance? Oh dear, I don't. It'd be the demand will be unbelievable if Newcastle can get to Wembley.
That'll be crazy. I think the sort of tickets will be like gold dust, and I know I'll have like quite a few requests, but just see how many I can get hold of.
Well,
I need to get there first.
Dan, I tried that dance yesterday in the pub, and my knee cracked. So be careful, mate, because the cartilage, you can't be good for your cartilage. That dance, I'm telling you.
I saw your effort. It was pretty good. I was impressed.
Dan, just one last one. Eddie, I'm sure Eddie's got the boys' feet on the ground, firm on the ground. Come on, we're only in January now. There's a long way to go.
Yeah, I think that the gaffer will say that, but I think we've got quite a good group, and we know that as well. It's an experienced group. Things can change quickly. But yeah, obviously Fulham got a great result last night. We've got Meatro back for Sunday as well, so I'm sure they'll come to us full of confidence. So we'll need to be ready.
Dan, listen, really appreciate it. Well done. You got your dream move. You've got your goal. And I just hope it keeps getting better and better. And I really appreciate you joining us today.
Dan, I can't wait for your next goal. That's all I can say.
Hopefully it's not too long.
Thanks,
son. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Cheers, Dan.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.